Hi, this is Katrina Herbert, and today my end of course speech is going to be on abortions for victims of rape and incest. Yes, my last speech was on informative speech was done on sharp on sexual assault. I am one who do not believe in abortion, but my question is, should rape victims be held accountable and victimized twice? The idea that victims of rape and incest want to abort children conceived in these horrible circumstances is one of the most common myths in the abortion debate. Not only is it untrue that most victims of sexual assault want to abort their babies, the small minority who do are nearly always regretful. Women who have been through these terrible situations are the only ones who know the truth. So let the victims speak for themselves. What do rape victims report? Two major studies of pregnant rape victims found that 3/4 of these women chose to give birth. None of the women who gave birth said that they did not want their children or wish they had aborted instead. Of those who aborted, nearly half did so because of the demands of others. 94% of the women who gave birth said abortions would not been a good solution to a pregnancy resulting from a rape. 93% of those who had abortions said it had not been a good solution to their problems and they would not recommend to others in their situations. A lot of these numbers are coming from debate.org. But we have to look at the situation. Should we punish these women? Should we victimize them again? What do we do? Do we support them? Do we condemn them? Because they feel and they don't want to carry a child. Because every day it is a reminder to them of what happened to them. Every time they look at that child, they're reminded. They're victimized all over. How can they really love this child knowing that they was raped? Knowing that they have been in an incest? Nearly all what do incest victims report? Nearly all incest victims who had an abortion reported to input in the decision. Instead, their parents or the abuser made the decision for them. All explicit stated that abortions was not a good solution and they would not recommend it to others. Of the 14 incest victims who carried their children to term, all were happy they had given birth. They also unanimously rejected abortion as a good option for incest-related pregnancies. Meaning they encouraged the relationship. So a lot of time during that incest, meaning they encouraged it, they asked, they wanted it. But rape victims never ask. Rape victims never want. Why don't rape and incest victims choose abortion? Victims of rape and incest generally believe abortion would be another act of violence committed against their bodies. Because in a Christian, biblically, that is committing murder. Abortion is a form of medical rape, an unwanted violent intrusion into their body. Victims generally have a heightened awareness of the value of life and respect for others, so they respect the life they carry within them. Victims believe their child's life may have a meaning or a purpose they do not yet understand. They believe they were given that child for a reason. Making it through the pregnancy is a way for a victim to overcome the abuse. The selfless act of giving birth is a proof that she is better than her attacker. For the victim of incest, pregnancy is a way out, a way to expose the criminal who is abusing her and to allow her to begin to heal. So we look at this in two ways. It's either a blessing, where it's healing the victims, right? Because we don't know. We don't know what that person is dealing with, or what that person is thinking, or what that person's belief is. So if that person decides they want to have an abortion because of the circumstances, we should not stop them. So people who say victims of rape and incest need abortion haven't asked the victims themselves. The assumption that the victim in incest want and need abortions is one of the most common misconceptions of abortion's debate. Abortion is not a solution to the heartbreak and pain that comes with rape and incest. In fact, it often makes them worse. Read what real women who have been through rape and incest have to say about their experience. Often, they find that keeping their baby is the only good to come out of a horrible situation. Victims of rape and incest deserve help and healing, not abortion. Like any other women, they deserve it. They deserve to be a chance, because this may be their only chance of giving life. But it's sad that they had to be able to give life through these circumstances. It is sad that they have to give life through these circumstances. You know, my reference, you read the book from David C. Adams and Julia McAfee. You know, go to abortion.com. You will get, there's a lot of literature on abortions and rape victims. You know, rape.com. I do a lot of studies on this stuff because of the nature of what I do. You know, I enjoy what I do, but I love helping victims. You know, why do rape and incest victims, what do they say? What do rape and incest victims say about abortion? Quote by Patricia Ryland. She said, I was an innocent victim of a horrible crime. I was not to blame for what the rapist did to me. But in choosing to abort, to kill the innocent child growing within me, I lowered myself to the level of the rapist. Mary Jane Doe quoted, abortion on demand, no questions asked. Make it cause easier for incest and child abusers to continue. Abortion for incest victims sounds compassionate, but in practice it is simple, another violent and deceptive tool in the hands of the abuser. Helen Evitt, she quoted, after the abortion, I wanted to die. How could I live when I had just ended the life of my child? The negative feelings resulting from the rape were not climating by the abortion. Nothing was solved. Instead, the grief was now doubled. I never wished that my son had never been born. He was the only good thing about the rape. It gave me comfort to think of making some other couple happy. If I had taken his life, there would have been no good. That was said by Connie Self. So therefore, ladies and gentlemen, what is it that you can take away from this to take back? So your debate, we shall legalize abortion. or we shouldn't have legalized abortion. Every woman have the right to do what they want to do with their body. This is Katrina Herbert. Thank you for your time and enjoy the class. Bye-bye.